This week, Joe Biden is in the White House. What does that mean for Europe's climate policy? Hello, thank you for tuning into this climate breakdown. Now, as we all know, Donald Trump is no more. Joe Biden is now the US president. And of course, he has a big climate agenda that we've heard a lot about already. But what does this mean for Europe? Biden has already made good on his big pledge, and that is to rejoin the Paris Agreement. But beyond that, a lot of what he's done already has been focused on domestic affairs, ranging from cancelling a pipeline that was due to go across America to putting a pause on all oil and gas exploration on federal lands. There are two other things, though. He signed an executive order saying that the US government will explore how to end the funding of fossil fuel overseas. The US Climate Envoy, John Kerry, think of him as like the American Franz Timmermans, made a big deal about this. You know, we're ending fossil fuel investments elsewhere. But it's not as simple as that, because it's a roadmap to try and find out how you can promote the ending of fossil fuel investments in carbon-intensive industries, which a lot of people think is opening the door for gas to remain as a funding avenue. We'll see how that goes. The other thing to look out with Joe Biden is, of course, the 2030 target that the US will have to submit to the UN. How will the EU's 55% pledge that it agreed on late last year factor into Joe Biden's thinking? Will he see that as a yardstick to aim for, or will that be, well, who cares, where the US will do what we want? We've always done what we want. A lot of analysts say that the US needs to do something like 50% by 2030 reductions in order for Joe Biden to make good on his net zero by 2050 idea. None of that, of course, is set in legislation or anything yet. But to get from A to B, you need to have some sort of trajectory. And at the moment, that 2030 target is simply, it's not going to be enough to get it to 2050. We'll see what avenue Joe Biden pursues at the end of the day. It's going to be an interesting one to watch because, of course, when it comes to Europe's climate policy, it is all about making sure that other people follow our playbook of how to decarbonize the economy. Otherwise, we're simply not big enough to make a difference to planetary affairs as they are. So let's watch out for that as Mr. Biden continues his fledgling presidency. Thank you again for tuning in. Retweet this, like it, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and there'll be more next week, and I'll see you then.